Alright, what's this video about? Oh, it's about, you can hear the landscaper in the background. Uh, the middle of summer, I went looking, and what I wanted to know was what was the middle of the summer for when it started to get cooler again? What was the peak day, peak week? Now, when I was younger, my father used to say the last week in July, first week in August can be incredibly hot. And where he worked, they closed down. They knew they wouldn't get any work out of the guys because there was no air conditioning in the old days. They had these giant fans on beams or on posts, and you can move them around if you were strong enough. So my father would pick those 2 weeks to paint the house, try to get his car through inspection. He'd always be doing some type of really hot work, and he'd push himself. And this is back when temperatures were normal. Now, as I go walking, I bump into other people my age, and they're working in the shade. And the one guy, he keeps his property really nice. And every time I go by, he's doing a different bush. He's using the hand clippers. He comes out with the garbage can, and he cuts the bush back. And that's it. He's done. He's like, I'm cooked. I'm going back in. It's been exceptionally hot. Now, I just got done with the long walk, and I stop and I talk to these people. And I ask them, when do they think the middle of the summer is? And there's the solstices and the season, and maybe you pick the middle of the summer based on when the kids go back to school and stuff like that. Well, I went looking. I finally found it. It's August 7th in the Northeast. Now, after the 7th, it should start getting cooler because the day gets shorter and the angle of the sun changes. That's what they actually say. That's the date where it starts to go the other way. It's not that the day starts getting shorter. It's the temperature because of the angle of the sun. See, I think we finished up summer. Well, anyway, there was some type of solstice a few weeks ago. Anyway, so the 7th is by heat. Now, you go looking up stuff, and it's like 2024 was the hottest year for the planet, and it was hot here in Lancaster. And this year, I think it's hotter. And I'm talking, everybody's like, this is really bad. Now, another thing you notice, now you can hear the landscaper maybe in the background. The landscapers are just cutting the grass. They're not edging. We get enough rain, but at night, and the rain causes the grass to grow real fast, and they don't have, and it's too wet the next morning for them to cut, so they're falling behind. The other thing is people aren't weed whacking; they're not edging. So outside the curb in a lot of really nice neighborhoods, you got weeds coming up in the road. Nobody's been weed whacking the outside thing. I noticed it. I went out and walk. I go out more walking every day, but now when you go to cross the street, you realize you're going through weeds, and you're like, "What the hell's going on here?" And they're the landscapers, they're not edging. They're just mowing and going to the next property trying to get caught up. But if you want to know, Northeast, August 7th, and they're already talking on the news now that next week or something, it's gonna go back to normal temperatures. They're promising us normal temperatures. They're not promising us a cool wave. They're promising us a normal temperatures. Now, I'm shocked. I fell behind on housework and all this stuff. I do a long walk every morning. I walk 3 to 6 miles every day, and I go out and I suffer through it. I'm pushing myself, and I'm starting to eat better again. I'm cutting back on the pizzas. So I got real lazy, and it was stress induced. What was happening to me was a lot of people I know just started dying. And processed foods, which I do eat to cut corners so I have more free time, has a lot of salt in it and other bad things. And my water's got PFAS in it. Everything's going wrong health-wise, but at a very slow level. Because I do walk every day. Now I'm back to slowly bringing my diet back. And, that's how I lived longer than everybody else. Because people kept telling me when I was younger, oh, you're never going to make it to 50. Well, they're all dead. Every one of those people that, I used to eat really bad foods. I admit it. I went to the doctor one time. They checked my blood pressure. I was young. And he goes, knock off the potato chips. Because he could see my blood pressure was a little higher than it should have been. But that was from my job. And I told him, I said, I got stress. And, you know, when you're the guy that everybody looks to really fix the problem, that's stressful. And you usually don't get any extra money. What you have to do is you got to leave the company you're at and tell the next company, and then what they do is they give you more money. You know, you have to. I always stayed in a place until it closed up. That was the mistake. As soon as it starts showing signs where the guys that got promoted up don't know what the hell they're doing, start getting out. But I just want to tell you, yeah, the summer's almost over. Oh, and you know what's really funny? Wintertime, we had these little tiny snowstorms, like a half inch, an inch and a half, a bunch of them. And it's just enough snow that you can actually see where someone fell in it. So I'd go out, I shovel like 4 houses. Every time, every few days, I'm out there shoveling. The snow shovel's still in the kitchen. I get done with that, and then we go right into hot days. And someone said to me, well, at least it's not so. I said, you know, it's kind of hot today for this time of year. And of course, you know, you get that springtime where you step outside the house, and it's cool. And you get stuff done. Not this year. Got out there. Oh, and the pollen. It's like 2 weeks of tree pollen. No, it went for almost a month and a half of tree pollen. You know, that green shit on your car? Yeah, I'm allergic to that. That gets me real bad. And then the grass gets me now too. When I'm mowing the lawn in the back, I have to stop. If I keep going, there's something in the grass that's kicking up, and I start to get like nauseous. I almost throw up. And I go in the house, I drink a glass of water, I calm down, I go back out and finish it up. But this has been a terrible summer. It's terrible. And I can't tell you how many people I know, the children were graduating from high school or college, and it rained. And then we didn't have any rain. And then we had a bunch of rain. And then now all the fields, the crops, we had too much rain. The crops are rotting now. We're getting some type of rot or fungus. It was just a horrible summer. And it's not over yet. And you watch the other part of the country every night. If you watch YouTube, you'll get the guys chasing the tornadoes. There were a lot of tornadoes this year. We messed it. Oh, and hurricanes. The water's hotter than normal in the ocean. So they're saying hurricane season is going to come quicker this year. We didn't ruin the planet. No, this man isn't destroying anything. I tell you right now, when someone starts with that, I say, how come I'm drinking PFAS? Well, PFAS, what's that? You're an asshole. Okay? PFAS is like a coating, so when you cook, your food doesn't stick to the pan. It's used on furniture, so it's like Stain Master. It's used in tarps and a bunch of other things. It's in our drinking water here. My drinking water, I'm not supposed to be drinking it. Right? Now, I go to the store and buy bottled water, and it's got PFAS water in the bottle, because it's water in a bottle, and then the bottle is plastic, and they got that plastic in the water. This is where we're at now. It's like they're going to torment me right till I'm dead. They screwed up. And this radio, if you've been following this thing, pain in the ass too. I'm pretty good at repairing radios, but when someone's bathed the band switch in deox, I thought he didn't. I didn't think that. It never dawned on me that the contacts were so jet black, and it took me several days to clean them with an eraser, that maybe the radio had been sprayed with deox. And that's what I tell you these guys do. And Shango did it. I lost a lot of respect for Shango. You move the controls back and forth on a TV, and they're always going to be a little scratchy. You move it, you set it, you don't have to move it anymore. He starts spraying the controls with deox. And see, that television that he's working on, it goes to somebody else. And then in 9 months, it's got another problem because deox got sprayed into the controls. But the guy that gave him the TV to fix did a clean job. He was making comments. He goes, I think this is he had a saying for it. In other words, there's people that get a radio or a television. They don't know how it works or anything. But the first thing they do is start cleaning it. And they disconnect stuff and then put it back in the wrong spot. I've had a few of them to repair. And the person goes, well, I wanted to clean it up. It doesn't work. Why would you? Because they don't know anything else. Well, I don't know how to fix it, but I know how to clean it. I'm like, oh man. But that's what Shango had. It was a, oh crap, was it a Quasar? Yeah, by Motorola. He made some comment about Motorola. I had a Quasar television in the rec room. My father got it for his birthday, and the guys never came to set it up. I had to go in and set it up, change the brightness and all that. But anyway, uh, I threw it out at some point. It just kept going. The TV just kept going. And then when I got to carry it out, I had a kid. I went and got someone else. It was so freaking heavy. I don't know. It was a pressed wood cabinet, but there was a works in the drawer. That's real light, and there was a transformer in the back. That it was a pressed wood. My mother bought this real gaudy cabinet, and I bet that thing was 100 pounds. That cabinet. Yeah, but yeah, I've worked on televisions. I worked on radios. I'm not that good with televisions. I don't like them because they're dirty inside. The high voltage pulls in grease from cooking, cigarette smoke, which becomes like powdery dust in with the grease, and then and then regular dust. So when you're around the flyback, you get this black shit on your hands, and regular soap won't break it down to get it off. It's disgusting. Shit washes off easier. I think that's it. All right, that's it.